All right, I wonder if y'all are able to hear me now. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I've made a mess of this. I am so sorry I am late, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me 1 second. Hi, everybody. Awesome. Okay. Guys, I will tell you in just one moment what has caused me to be almost 15 minutes late here. Just let me get some things just situated. And I think we should be good. Okay, good. Audio's good. All right. Thank you again so much, everybody, for your patience. I really do appreciate it. Let me see. All right, cool. Yeah, I just had to scramble, get back to my house. Awesome. All right, we are good, ladies and gentlemen. All right, cool. Hi, everybody. How are y'all doing? It's good to be here. 1 sec. There we are. Awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm usually someone who's always on time. I always try to be on time to everything. Very out of character for me. I greatly apologize. I was helping my mom buy a sofa on Craigslist, so I was making use of my truck. I was helping her across town and traffic, yada yada. How it always goes. I was just scrambling to get back. I was like, my gas tank was like on E2. So like it was just a nightmare coming back here. So I finally got back and I'm here. Awesome. Yeah, dude, I know 13 minutes ain't even that bad, but I understand some of y'all were probably waiting, and I don't like disrespecting anybody's time. So we're here now, and we're doing great. Awesome. It's great to see y'all here. It's great to have everybody here. But yeah, I apologize if I was just a little hectic earlier, but yeah, I don't have too much really on the agenda this evening. I just kind of wanted to keep it pretty open. It's an open Q&A, and I'll also do some voices here in a couple moments. But yeah, I think I'd like to get started. If y'all want me to say anything in a certain voice, or just do a certain voice, or just have any kind of questions, just let me know. Let's see. Ethan Rothschild says, "How long have you been doing voice acting?" Um, you know, that's the that's a good question. It depends on how you define voice acting. So if you mean you know, just doing voices, entertaining people with my voice, I've been doing it ever since I was a kid. Just like at every occasion I could find, I would mimic the cartoon characters I saw on TV. My first impression I ever did was of like Dana Carvey on like SNL and stuff. Um, and but for voice acting itself, I went to Los Angeles a couple years ago. This is all stuff I'll definitely get more into detail in like videos on their own. But yeah, I did go to Los Angeles to actually become a voice actor proper. This is actually where I got all this microphone equipment from. I went to Los Angeles a couple of years ago to try to make it as a voice actor. And Arthur ASMR, please. That's for some later videos. But yeah, I did that whole thing. I went to LA. I lived there for 2 years, but the long and short of it is just that LA was just really not for me. Um, and You're all right, boy. You're all right, boy. I can always rely on you, boy. How y'all doing? There's I So anyway, yeah, it's a really long story. And it's not one I'll bore y'all with on this first stream here, but the end result was that I've moved back here to my hometown of Texas, and because I really didn't enjoy the process of just being a quote unquote voice actor. I had a lot of support. I had a lot of friends there who were in voice acting, the whole industry. And, in my first forays into the whole industry itself in LA, in Hollywood, and all that, I just found that I didn't enjoy the process. And I wasn't in the business of doing things that I felt like I had to just drag my feet through. And I've kind of stuck with that principle. I've stuck with it then, and I stick with it now. And there was a couple reasons why I just didn't enjoy it. But that's the long and short of it. I did try to be a voice actor a couple years ago. Lived in LA, wasted a lot of time in LA, I'll tell you that much. because LA has a lot of pitfalls and a lot of traps that a young guy can fall into. I'm not saying I was just like whoa, yeah, just like went on like some crazy coke benders, crazy like dumb shit. It wasn't like that, but it was just a lot of complacency, a lot of putting things off, a lot of dreading having to, make things happen in a city where there's so much coming at you all at once, and the pressure's on. I kind of just caved under that pressure at several key points in my time in Los Angeles, and ultimately, when I did kind of start getting things going and I actually got all my equipment, I had a really good mentor. In fact, I've thought a long time about this. I don't know if I'm ready yet to reveal too many details about my time in LA. A lot of interesting things happened to me, but and out of respect for privacy, just going to withhold names for now. But basically, I had a world-class mentor who was coaching me to be a voice actor, and he had a role in a video game that basically is all of you would probably know. Like, no kidding. He had a just genre-defining video game voice role. I was super blessed to just have come into contact with him and to have started working with him. I had all the people on my side, and ultimately I just didn't think staying in LA and having to grind it out like that was really worth it in the end. So I decided to come back to Austin, and here I am. I'm just trying to do things on my own, things that I hold the cards, I direct how things are gonna be. The power is mainly in my hands, and I'm not in a position where I'm having to grovel and beg for the chance, along with like 100 other dudes with the same equipment and the same thing, to maybe have the chance to sound super psyched about Clorox bleach for 30 seconds, in like a radio commercial or something like that. So I didn't just things like that kind of just made me not realize it wasn't for me, and I'm back here, and I'm enjoying this a whole lot more, let me tell you. I like this a lot. I'm going to go ahead and scroll up here and see if I missed any questions. I apologize. I'm still getting used to all this. I'm just trying to see what, know where to look and just like understand how much I should be reading chats. I can't really do some things at the same time. But yeah, let's see who it is. Look who it is, the Everyman. How do you know when you're pulling off a voice correctly? Because people's voices sound different in their head compared to how it actually sounds. I think really what it boils down to answer that question, ADZ, is just having a really good ear. And an ear is something that you can attune over time and get really better at by just consciously, whenever you're listening to someone speak or a cartoon character speak, taking note of the little things that stand out in how the actor or how the person does, like the little things. And that's something I do want to stress. I'm going to get into this a bit later. I'm having a lot of ideas right now about what I can talk about. But one of the key things to doing voice impressions is it's really down to the little things. There's always the one thing or the two things or the three things that absolutely make a voice. Most of the time it's just one. And it's all about having training your ear to just, all you got to do is just find the one part of the voice where everybody you perform it in front of will universally go, hey. They'll recognize it for being a characteristic utterly unique to that voice. So to answer your question, it's having a really, really good ear and learning and training your ear. Everyone can train their ear. Let's see. Let me scroll down and see if I missed much here. Let me see. Yeah, do it for the love of doing it. Hell yeah, that's exactly, you nailed it. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Perfect. So you bet that's fine with it. If you need a mod on chat, I'm your guy, dude. I appreciate that. We'll see how things get in a couple of moments. ERECTION. God damn it, Tom Dunlop. How do you know when you what do you plan on doing in the future? I plan on doing this. I plan on just doing a lot of things that are self-started, that are on my own terms. That's just my personality. That's the way I do things the best. It might not be perfect. A little bit more discipline might be in order in terms of scheduling and really scheduling out the effort that I put forth. But this is what I plan to do. I plan to be with you guys. I plan to make videos on YouTube and eventually do more live streaming like this, except with better equipment. I was picking out PC parts today, so that's definitely in the works. I'm going to order them. I should have them by the beginning of this upcoming year. And I'm going to get a proper gaming PC because, guys, I'll be honest, right now, I am scared to death that my computer is going to completely snow crash in the middle of this live stream. That it happens, and it's been happening, and I showed you guys in this community picture that I did where it was just like, I was like, boys, this is why you just don't get a gaming laptop. God damn it. Because like it was just insanity having to use the Elgato capture card hooked up to this gaming laptop, and it would just like after 20 minutes it would just go like it was literally like a comic book cartoon idea of like a computer crashing happening. It literally looks like something out of a comic book how my laptop crashes. It's ridiculous. It does it like some shitty hacker movie. Like, oh no, we've lost the mainframe. Oh no, like that kind of shit. That's what my laptop does. It's absurd. For the simplest of tasks. It's so that includes live streaming. I'm a little scared that that's what's gonna happen. So we'll see how this goes out. If I just start like, if I'm like, yeah, it's a that. You guys know what happened. Bill Haggard. Sup, bro? How you doing?
I'm here, boy. Yep.
Let's see. Let me catch up on some chats here. Do a John Marston impression. Man, all right. So let's talk about some of the Red Dead voices for just a moment to address that here. So I've been practicing some. And what I found is that John Marston's voice and Dutch Vanderland's voice are, I'll be honest, pretty much out of my range. They just are. I can do not an imitation, I can do approximations of those two. I like to draw a line in the sand and like define those two. There's impressions where it's like, okay, it's a good impression. It's an impression. It sounds like the person. It sounds like the person talking through you, the impressionist. And then there's approximations. I kind of between those two, John Marston and Dutch. The best I can do is not an impression, but an approximation. And so, because, dude, like I said with my first video, John Marston's voice, man, the guy. The voice actor, he is the character so much that it's like, yeah, I need a lot of cigarette smoking under my belt, and I just need his unique charred up vocal cords in order to pull that off. And then Dutch, I need a bigger chest. I need like a wider frame. I need a big old barrel chest and a big old beard, preferably. that has nothing to do with it, but just like, you know how when you're on like listening to the radio, and you hear like a host talking or like someone talking on the radio, you can just hear their voice and you can just tell that they're fat. Like you only have their voice to go off of. But when they speak, it's like,
yeah, so, I was just at Wendy's the other day.
It's like, you're not going to hear that voice coming out of like
a skinny, sickly kind of guy like this.
The dude sounds fat. So what I mean by that is that like, I'm not saying the voice actor for Dutch is like fat. I'm not saying that, but when that guy naturally speaks, the fat guy on the radio, his frame, his bigness, becomes the bigness in his voice. So that's what Dutch is. The voice actor. Have you seen the guy? He's a behemoth. He's freaking huge. I'm just a skinny guy. I don't have that frame that definitely allows my vocal cords to produce a similar bellowing, deep, rawhide, bubbly kind of voice like Dutch does. So I'm not copping out. I'm not just like bigness. Yeah. Sometimes I find I don't have the right words. I apologize. Thickness is probably better. Yeah, that's right. Chi. Yeah. But yeah, with those two voices, it's just like so utterly unique to them. It's like, man, I can only just do an approximation. So his bigness becomes the bigness in his voice. Yeah, exactly. I have a way with words, don't I? But yeah, that's kind of my explanation. So like John is like, hey Arthur. Well, you got a house too, Uncle. Oh, like it's like I can't quite do it. It's just I can't quite do it. I don't know. I'm very self-critical, and when I'm like that, when I'm just like, I can't do it. I just don't practice, and I just kind of write it off and move on to bigger and better things. Voices with more bigness, no, not really. I'm gonna scroll up and see, catch up on some comments here. I kind of, when I'm talking, I kind of look up and I kind of get into my own head, and I don't really like. I wish I could just pay more attention to what y'all are saying. Y'all are saying some really nice things. I appreciate it. Let's see. That's good news. John Marston is very unique. That voice actor. Yep. 100%. Have you ever used different voices to make people think you're a different person from who you actually are? Like over the phone? That's so funny because I was actually joking about that with one of my coworkers the other day. Yesterday, actually. What am I talking about? I work in customer service, and it's terrible in a lot of ways. It's fine. It's getting the job done for me for now, but I used to have to be on the phone a lot, and I wouldn't dare pull any like shit while I'm actually on the phone. Like I could get written up. I could lose my job. I'm not on the phones anymore, but I was just joking with a coworker yesterday how it was like, what if we just lost our shit one day and we're just like, we just wanted to like fuck with the customers who would call in, who always complain about just nonsense. Like if I was to do like a robot voice and make them think that they're going through like a caller queue, like it's like, thank you for calling. A representative will be with you shortly. Press 1 to beep, and they're like, press 1, and like, please confirm your phone number in order to proceed. And then they'd be like, yeah, it's blah 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 blah. It's like 6 blah 7 blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, just so I have it right, was that 5 4 4 3 4 3? Like just like fucking drive them insane, and they'd be like, yeah, that's my phone number. And then I'd be like, I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that. Is your phone number 5 4 4? Like, just like fuck with them. Well, like, we really, really want to just do that, honestly. If I ever have to be back on the phones, I will consider doing that if it is worth it. If it's a repeat offender who we just hate, and I'm like, yeah, it's worth getting rid up for this. Yep. And I'll do it, and I'll be sure to let you guys know about it. But yeah, thank you for calling. I just like drive them insane. I do. It's just I want to do that so bad. But yeah, let's see. Let me see what y'all are saying. Are you a fan of any sports or sports teams? No, man. I live in Texas, and I'm not a fan of any of the football comings and goings. It's kind of like heresy here. I wish I could talk sports. I get it. Listen, I get it. Like, it's a world of its own, sports. But I can't claim to be a fan of any particular team at all. Micah Bell impression. All right, well, how's it going there, cowpoke? Well, it seems to me like Dutch has got a plan. We're gonna go ride that train over there, and how's it going there, Black Lung? How's it going there, Black Lung? Oh, come on, Arthur, don't you like me? What have I done to you, son? What have I done? I don't know. I've been practicing Micah here and there. Let's see, off-top question, got that. When I try to do a Marston impression, I feel like I have to be shouting, she says. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, Marston, I do sound better when I shout, like with Marston, like, Hey, Arthur! Hey, Arthur! Over here, Arthur! Hey! Hey, what are you trying to do, Dutch? Dutch! Hey! Hey, Pinkertons over here! Hey! Like, just, it sounds better because I can tell you exactly why. The rasp fry level that is always present in John Marston's voice, it comes out when he shouts, right? You heard it. Ah, 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 like that kind of quality. It sounds a lot more like John. But when you go like to speaking level volume, there's a whole lot more nuance to it where it's just, oh my God, it's fucking hard. Excuse me. So I know exactly what you mean about that. You are dead on. You are absolutely correct. Try the mic impression again, please. All right, Dutch. Dutch, you got a plan, Dutch? All right. Join us, John. Join us, John. Join the dark side of the Force. You know, you want to join the dark side of the Force, John. I know you want to. Oh, I forgot Star Wars was yesterday. That was unintentional. Oh man, I got dizzy. I used too much air. Got any Fallout voices? Fallout voices? I could do like the ghouls. Like, what do you want, smooth skin? Damn smooth skin, always begging for bottle caps. Oh, you smooth skins out there. I don't know any other Fallout voices really. Can you do an impression of any YouTubers? Not really at the moment. Not really. Big Smoke, dude. I've never played San Andreas. Man, it's been memed to hell, and I appreciate that. I'll study up on it. How's that? Big Smoke. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, a number 6, a number 4 large. Like, I can't. That's all I know. I've only seen that video like once or twice, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm scrolling. I'm looking through the questions here. I've worked in a call center before. This is great. Yeah, dude. It's a grind, but thankfully they put me off phones. I only do like chats and emails, which is way more my forte. I'm a much better writer than I am a phone conversationalist. There's so much of this, like when you work in a call center, guys, it's a soul crushing job. Oh my fucking God, it's a soul crushing job. And because there's people who are like grown ass adults acting like children at you, like,
Oh, fix my problem. Oh, I only have to lift a little finger, but I want you to do it for me. Oh, give me all my money. Oh.
It's like you deal with grown adults like that all the time, and you just want to just like, but you're like, yes, I understand your frustration. I understand your frustration. Yes, I'm very sorry that I understand your frustration. It's the worst, dude. It'll just erode each whiny, grindy little like complainy just voice through the receiver just is like a wave eroding against your fucking soul. And like over time, man, that cliff will just shrink. That rock will just, if you stay there too long. Prank calls. Let me catch up with some of this. I'm really behind. I apologize, y'all. Please do some Mike Airman Trout. I'll do it. I'll do those in a minute. I gotta take some sips of water. Elshan.
How's it going there, Elshan? How's it going? Elshan, what kind of name is that anyway? I ain't never heard that kind of name before. You're all right, Elshan. You're all right.
The show Doug. I watched that show years ago. I haven't. It's been a hot minute, man. Can you do that line, Arthur? When the time comes. I'll do more Arthur in a moment. I apologize. I'll do that. I'll remember that line. When the time comes, you got to look back, never look back. How to sound like Marston. I'm gonna do some guides on some voices. I think I'm gonna make that a big part of my content, just giving tutorials. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to go about doing that because, man, it's there's a lot of I don't know how to describe this with voices. I hesitate to give tutorials on specific voices because a lot of voices are either you got it or you don't, and I don't think a lot of people like hearing that, and neither does that make for a particularly engaging video. Just like imagine a video, it's just like how to do the Peter Griffin voice. Well, you kind of just got to be born being able to do the Peter Griffin voice. Roll credits. That's a shitty video. I need to work out like how I do it more and really take notes on what I'm thinking whenever I do voices to make those videos good. But in the meantime, it's just on the back burner for now. Love the Arthur impression. Thank you. Peter Griffin impression.
Hey, Peter Griffin. Come on, Lois. Lois.
I need to warm it up, but like.
Frickin' sweet. Frickin' sweet. Okay, all right. So this is this live stream thing here. How does this work? How does this work?
I haven't practiced Peter in a hot minute, so I apologize if that was shit. Are you just gifted, or did you practice with some of the voices? Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying a moment ago. I'll be honest, and I don't want to say this and come off like a douchebag or anything, but like that's just how sometimes that's how life is. It's like some of us are born with some natural aptitudes towards things than others, and some are better at other things that I wish I was a lot better at too. That's just the roll of the dice, the cards, whatever kind of metaphor you want to do, like cookie crumbles or whatever. But that's just the hard truth. And then, but talent can only take you so far, as they say. And so, you know, I have a natural talent with it. It was evident when I was like a little boy and I was practicing and imitating people all the time. Talent will take you halfway, but then discipline and practice will take you the other half. And I certainly do practice a lot. So I think to kind of go back on what I was saying earlier, I can maybe speak to just the other half of doing voices, which is the discipline, the practice, the nitty gritty of the routines and the rituals that someone who wants to get better at a voice needs to embody in order to fine tune it to the best of their genetic or natural born ability, if that makes any sense. So I can speak for the other 50% of being able to do a voice, but the first 50 is just a natural aptitude where it's like, hey, if you've got it, great. It'll just make the voice better for you. If you don't, well, maybe I can teach you a thing or two about the habits that you can embody that can make whatever you are able to do the best it can possibly be. So, scrolling down, I'm gonna just scroll to the most recent ones here. Jason Statham impression, Kermit the Frog. Man, Kermit. Dude, it's so hard. Bill Haggard. Oh, I'm sorry to see you go, man. Take care. I'm going to scroll up and catch up. AC/DC vocal lines. No, I haven't. Do Micah. Curse the Cowardly Dog. I did my own Arthur Morgan impression on my channel. Oh, good for you. Awesome. I want to see more people do the Arthur voice. I love it when people try to get involved in this wonderful world that is Red Dead in any kind of way. Sully and Nathan Drake, I'll work on that one. I've got that on my list of ones to practice. Nathan Drake is up there. I've just never played those Uncharted games. Ask him nicely for voices. Don't just demand from him. He literally just talked about rude customers. Oh, dude, guys, it's all good. It's all good. Listen, hey, man, ADZ, I appreciate you saying that. Absolutely. It's, of course, yeah, asking me nicely, that's welcome. But I get that y'all want a show. I understand. But I appreciate that comment there, ADZ. I do. But yeah, y'all can make requests, and I don't need it tied up in a nice bow. But if it's tied up in a nice bow, that's even better. Play VR chat and using the actual character models while using their voices. Chi, that is in the works. I'm going to be doing that as soon as I get my gaming PC, which is going to happen in early January coming up. just next week or so. British Arthur. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Elmo impression. Okay.
Elmo. Elmo is doing an Elmo impression.
Dude, it's so hard. Oh, God. Hold on. Let me get some water. Oh, I thought I had my water right here. One sec. Oh, it's over there.
1 second, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's like a damn fool. A damn fool getting up in the middle of the stream.
Snake from Metal Gear Solid in time. All right, I've never played Metal Gear Solid, but I've heard Bill Hader do like the
Okay, doing the Snake voice. All right. I just had to get up to get some water. I just had to get up and get some water from the kitchen.
It's like a really stereotypical gruff guy voice, but there's a lot more nuance to it, and that was probably fucking terrible. But yeah, a lot of some games I just haven't played. I can tell you actually why, guys. I can tell you why. Y'all tell me to do some of these video game character voices, right? And I'm just like, I'm like, I'll have to just watch some YouTube videos. Because in my childhood, guys, I was not allowed to touch video games for roughly the first 12-ish years of my life. Yeah, first 12 years of my life, there were just like no video games in this house. And then when I was able to actually play video games, it was under this like psychotic. I love my parents. I have a really good relationship with my parents. I appreciate how they raised me, but this is one of those things where I'm like, y'all went too far. And they had this psychotic regime where they would just like limit me and my brother's video game time to like a ridiculous degree, where it's just like 30 minutes a day on weekdays, like not even enough to get like going with any given video game. And it was just like, God, horrible memories of just trying to sneak around and play a little bit longer and stuff like that. So like I was stunted, not even to mention like they took the ESRB ratings seriously. So if I was like 13, 14, 15, I couldn't play any rated M games. And they took it just like, wow, blood and gore, suggestive content, no, not my boy, and they just like put it back. So I was like really like sheltered from a lot of video games growing up until I hit my stride late in my later teen years. And they just started to not give a shit because I got involved in sports and I did other things. They were like, all right, you're not just a basement dweller, you're doing other things. We'll relax. And so that's when I started playing like a fuck ton of video games. Let's see. So you were abused then? That's one way to look at it.
All right, let's see.
Don't you mean drunk Santa? Because that's what Uncle looks like, a drunk Santa.
John Marston, you have a home. I wouldn't tell my worst enemy to take a shit in this place.
Like, what did he say? There was a great quote. Dude, Uncle is the roast master. I fucking love Uncle. I appreciate him so much more. Like, when I look at clips, he's just like, he was like the one dude who just like fucking was able to call out Dutch without getting like his ass beat. He was just he was old, so he just didn't give a fuck. He's like,
Dutch, you're making a horrible mistake there, Dutch. Oh, that man doesn't know what he's doing. You see?
He was just like, he was just calling out Dutch left and right when you go back and play the game. Fucking Uncle's like a boss. What is the first impression you can remember being able to imitate? Thanks in advance. Deck, the first impression that I remember was when I was a kid, I was watching SNL videotapes. literally when I was like 5 or 6. And Dana Carvey was doing some sketch, and Dana Carvey, he was doing a character who's some part of the sketch where he was talking about the joke, the repetitive gag in the sketch was that Dana Carvey kept saying, "And I threw it on the floor," and like he was talking about just like throwing something on the floor, and just like he would say like build up, and then just go, "And then I threw it on the floor." I know that sounds like Adam Sandler, but I swear it was Dana Carvey. And I would stand in front of the TV and go like, "Threw it on the floor." My parents thought that was like the most hilarious shit in the world. And that's when I got my first feedback for just doing impressions. My parents were strict as well. Yep, it's a real thing, especially when it comes to video games, man. I remember having to rent GameCubes sometimes. I would like, it was such a, when we didn't even have consoles, where they would just like give us a little taste of what it was like to play video games. My parents were like, "All right, boys, we're going to let you rent a GameCube for 2 days." And we were like, "Yay, oh boy!" And we just like rent the GameCube, and it was like, it didn't come with a memory card. So I have very distinct memories of just like playing whatever game we rented. I think I remember playing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, like the game. And we would have to leave the fucking GameCube on overnight, because if we turned it off, we'd lose our whole progress. Which, now that I look back, was kind of pointless, because we were going to lose all our progress anyway with, like, we only had it for, like, 2 days. But renting, who else here remembers renting consoles out of, like, Blockbuster Video? Well, I remember that shit. That was the dark ages. Kratos, guys, I know Kratos, I hear you. I haven't played long enough to do a confident Kratos voice. Computer started to cut out. Yeah, no, don't worry, I'm still here. Watching SNL at 6, but video games are the devil. I realized that when I was saying that. Like, my parents were like, they had some things warped. Like, they had me watching, like, Monty Python, like, tapes when I was, like, 8 years old, 9 years old. And I had some adult innuendo in there, and, like, SNL and shit. But then it was like, "But video games? No! They were, like, just like that. Was a Buzz Lightyear as Miss Nesbitt. I remember that. He got in the little apron or whatever. Not consoles, but I rented games a lot. Yeah, dude. Those were the dark times. Kratos too deep of a voice, dude. Definitely. Prospector Will Ferrell sketch. I think I know what you're talking about. Oh my god. I barely remember that sketch. How old are you? I'm 26 years old. Okay, cool. I think I'm caught up. Sweet. Mickey Mouse. Like,
Oh, hey gang.
like I can only do like some of that. Like,
I think I'm gonna have myself a beer. Oh, hi gang.
I can only do like weird like noises with Mickey, but not like the full blown Mickey voice. Like, I'll tell you guys this much. Should I say? Yeah, I can say this. When I went to LA, basically, I had a lot of support when I went there, and one of the people that I met a couple of times at a party here and there was the voice of Mickey Mouse. They were friends of mine. He was a friend of my main friends there in LA. He's a really cool guy. The guy, his name, it starts with a B. Brett. I think it's Brett. Yeah, something like that. But he's world-class nice guy. Like, really, really nice human being. He was really nice to me, and we talked for a while. But yeah, he did the voice. He does Mickey, and he is flawless at it. Of course, he is the official Disney voice actor for Mickey Mouse. All those people who work voices, Goofy too. They're really, really wonderful people who get it, who aren't like Hollywood. You know, they're not jerks or anything like that. Goofy is terrible. Donald Duck is terrible. I can't do those. I mean to say. Donald Duck, yeah. John L. DeMarte, Michael DeSanta, and Trevor.
like, Michael Townley. Oh, well. If it isn't Michael Townley, okay.
It's like, I need to practice him a bit more. But that's Trevor. Michael DeSanta is just like,
All right, this is my best friend, Trevor.
that's terrible. I can't do it. But yeah, some more voices. I'm going to talk about the Arthur voice now. I'm going to kind of stay focused here. Talk a little bit about the Arthur voice for you guys. So I was thinking about this leading up to this stream here with all of you. And I realized, quite honestly, that Arthur Morgan, the voice, is one of the, if not the hardest, I don't know if it's the hardest. It's definitely number 2 at the bare minimum. Bare minimum, hardest voice I've ever had to do. Bar none. And I'll tell you guys why. I'm thinking about making a video where I just break down the Arthur voice for all of you and tell you why it's so fucking hard. Because here it is. I don't know the line you're talking about, Bossinator. I wish. It's like I can't quite remember that. I do remember that scene. But the Arthur voice. So I'll break it down like this. Somebody earlier said that John Marston's voice is easier to do when you shout. And I spoke to this a little bit in my first Arthur Morgan impression video, where I talked about whenever I do Arthur and he's shouting over like the sound of galloping hooves or like a wagon making a lot of noise or he's on horseback or whatever.
It's a lot easier to do like this. Hey, what do you mean there, fella? Hey, John, where's our money? Yeah.
Like he has more of that fry back there, right? Where I can access that
God damn it, Touch.
like that kind of shit. I can access that a lot easier when I'm shouting. But when he brings it down, man, his voice is all over the place. And I don't mean that in a derogatory, mean kind of way. Because I don't mean that in a derogatory, mean way, like criticizing Roger Clark's way, but I think it just speaks to how nuanced Arthur's voice is, and that it's like, holy shit, he doesn't really even have one, like, definitive voice, Arthur. He goes into this, like, kind of almost Irish sounding, like, rattly, like, for example, in the opening cutscene, he says to her, like, he's like, your John's gonna be just fine, right? When he's talking about going to rescue John Marston, he's like,
Your John's gonna be just fine. Just fine. Fine.
you know what I mean? And you'll hear him enter that territory every once in a while in his normal speaking voice, where he's just like,
I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
like, when he does that vowel, I especially. It's mostly only when he does that. But it's like, would you imagine that kind of vocal characteristic?
Your John's gonna be just fine.
When he's like,
I just don't know about this, Dutch. Seems like Dutch is just losing his mind. I just don't know anymore. I'm just not too sure about this. Guarma this, guarma that.
like, it's like, you could never imagine him going, when he talks in that volume, but he does, and he brings it out, and it's like, so my point with saying all that is, Arthur's voice is so, for almost every single occasion, there's a different voice Arthur does. And to say that Arthur is just one voice is, I think, in my belief, inaccurate. Because he is a very circumstantial voice that is different for all different moments, whether he's angry, whether he's in pursuit, whether he's on horseback, whether he's like, whatever. I know that kind of just doesn't make any sense because it's like, yeah, doesn't everybody go up in volume or whatever whenever they're doing something different? Sure. But everybody kind of sounds the same when we're faced with different circumstances, when we have to raise our voice. I still sound like me when I'm raising my voice like this. Pretty much just the same when I'm talking like this right now. But Arthur is like, gets more raspy when you know what I'm trying to say? So that's why Arthur's voice is so damn hard. You can't peg it down, man. You can't peg it down as one static thing. So that's why it was super challenging for me when I was doing it online. When I made that first Arthur Morgan Trolls Valentine video, I had a lot of difficulties doing that voice in real time with people because so much of my mental bandwidth had to go with
Getting the voice just right, feller. Getting the voice just right. Just right. You know, just that sweet spot right here. Right here, feller. Right here. Yes. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
like that was when I just had to do that. I had to just think, and just pay attention. But when I had to do it like that, and faced with improv moments where I had to kind of like make jokes, crack jokes, react to people in real time, the bandwidth that I had to allocate to just getting the voice right, like in real time, having to focus, my bandwidth had to go to being a wise guy, wise guy, cracking jokes and being like tit for tat with people. And so what happens is like a seesaw. When I had to focus more on that, the voice started to dip a little bit. And by the time I was editing the video itself, I was listening back and I was literally just like going like, man, that was just not good. Like I was like hearing, I'm like, dude, I don't know about this one. And I just kind of was like, maybe that'll work. Okay, I'll use that one. Yeah, I don't know, man. And I was going against my gut for real. And like I said in my post, which thank you guys for your responses to that. And I really do appreciate all of y'all's understanding with that. Seriously, that was really touching for me to see that. How y'all were saying, hey, guy, dude, it's okay. We don't mind. Really, as a creator, I'm still getting the feel for all of this. And to get that kind of response and that level of understanding so early in the game like this was very, again, I'll use the word again, very touching. So it was cool. And thank you guys again for that. But I went against my gut, never doing that again. And I'm just going to make sure to issue just quality. But yeah, that's the explanation for that. That's why Arthur's voice is so difficult. I have to allocate all my mental energy to whenever I do it to listening and adjusting second by second. But when my attention is drawn from having to do that to having to crack jokes, it's not one of those voices like the Hank Hill voice, for instance, where I can just do both. Like it's just perfectly fine. Like,
oh, God dang it, boy.
oh,
Dang it, Bobby. What did I tell you? My tractor is not a recreational vehicle, Bobby. My name's Hank Hill. I sell propane and propane accessories. Dang it, Dale.
whoa, oh man. Like I could just do that. Like I could talk like that all the time if I wanted, but like I can't do that with Arthur, man. It's just it's too much mental bandwidth, and it is the hardest voice I've ever had to do. So I'm gonna catch up on some questions here. Sorry, 1 second. Chi, thank you very much. Go practice that. Go practice your impressions, man. I'd love to see what you could do. I'm not here to start anything with people. Like when I hear people like wanting to practice impressions and be involved in like this really fun medium of just entertaining people, I'm all for it. I made the mistake in my first video of just kind of offering some kind of cheeky little critiques of Sounds Like Pizza. I'm not going to do that again. I didn't feel good about that. I felt like it got people off on the wrong foot, like I was trying to start shit. No, he does his Arthur voice, I do mine, and he kills it, and I feel like I can kill it in my own way, and he kills it in his own way. I'm not here to start drama. I'm not here to say mine's better, like I may have implied in that first video. I retract all that. No, we're all here to just have fun and just crush it at what we do. So I love hearing that you're practicing, and everybody else who said it so far. I encourage all of you to practice and fucking upload, put it out there, man. It doesn't, just even if it's a work in progress, just fucking go at it. How Jack Marston, Jack? I don't know.
Lumbago.
Say lumbago.
It's my lumbago. It's a,
What does he say?
it's a long and slow, painful death, my friend. Lumbago. I have terminal lumbago. Can't you have some sympathy for a man with lumbago?
God.
Lumbago.
I have a chance to see you silence. I have a chance to see you silence. Why would I pass it up? I have a chance to see you silence. Why would I pass it up?
I have a chance to see you silenced. Why would I pass that up? I have a chance to see you silenced. Why would I pass that up? Why would I pass that up?
I don't know if the tonality and context was right for that, but there we go. Greetings from Germany, Sib TV. Hello, Marty. You should play more Red Dead Redemption 2.
How's it going there, Marty? You should play more Red Dead Redemption 2. You should play more video games. Play more Red Dead Redemption 2. I tell you what, fella. You should be playing some more. You should be playing some more. Yes. Quiet.
Plays Arthur dies, Joel, and Michael betrays the gang. He's a rat. He's a snitch. He is a rat. What do you mean? Dang, bro. Oh yeah, I am so behind. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Do Tony Montana. Do Herbert. Let me see. Do Arthur Mormon. Yeah, that's the one.
Lumbago. A slow and painful death, my brother. A slow and painful death, my brother. Have some sympathy for a man with lumbago.
Lumbago. Damn, I'm getting better at Uncle, actually. You know what the key to Uncle is? It's not enough to just, when you do Uncle, to do a gruff prospector voice. Because he looks like a prospector. He looks like a drunk Santa, like someone said before. But a prospector voice would be like,
Oh, tarnation! Oh boy, I found me a gold nugget! Oh, do.
like that's a.
Oh, tarnation, fella! Oh dear, I'm gonna drink me some beer.
That's a normal prospector voice. And I always thought that Uncle's voice was a prospector voice. But he's a mix of this weird, like, gruff kind of like that. Like a lumbago. Like, gets deep old man. But then he kind of goes high. Like, have some sympathy for a man with lumbago. You know what I mean? It goes like a little high pitched, like weirdly, right? Very bizarre. But that's the key. It's a mix of those two. It's like, have some sympathy for a man with lumbago.
It's a terminal disease, brother. It's a terminal disease. It's a terminal disease.
Uncle, have a little pity. Come on. Oh, man. Herbert. Okay, so I have something to say about the Herbert voice for you guys. It's the perfect example of what I was saying before about how... Why am I even wearing these? I can't even hear. There's no point in me wearing these, actually. The Herbert voice, right? It is the perfect example of that one detail that you should have an ear for. when you develop your ear for voices and impressions in general, the one detail, critical detail, is something that you guys could probably guess. It's the S, right? The thing, the S teeth whistle. So like, if you develop an ear for finding the one critical small detail for any given impression, and you hone in on that one detail, and everything else can be like subpar, mediocre, okay. But if you nail that one little detail and you can teach yourself to be able to spot them and find it, people will go, oh shit, and they'll like recognize it because it turns on those light bulbs of recognition in their head, because that is usually what it always boils down to, just one critical detail. So with Herbert, for example, illustrated, Herbert, it's like, you like popsicles? This is doing it without the critical detail.
I got a whole freezer full of popsicles down in my cellar. Oh, hey, hey, Chris. Oh, I miss my paper boy.
And then the critical detail.
Say there, Chris. Why the long face? Hey, Chris. Go on, Jesse. Go make your peeps and poops. Oh, we got ourselves a fighter.
Dude, my voice is a little fried out, to be honest, from doing Arthur, so I keep dipping into that like low, like whenever I do Herbert. So I needed to have opened up with that shit. How can I be happy? I need to know. How can I be happy? I need to know. Oh man, that answer's gonna take longer than this stream. Let me tell you. Hunter, lumbago is a back condition that Uncle has in Red Dead. Juliet, welcome. Yeah, explaining lumbago. Lumbago, I think, means something entirely different to Uncle. Let's see here. Micah. Yeah.
Whoever can swallow the most Tylenol PM wins.
How's it going there, Black Lung? How could you, Arthur, betraying Dutch like this? Dutch, can I get you anything, Dutch? Can I shine your shoes for you, Dutch? I'll do anything for you, Dutch.
Bro, don't talk to Uncle like that. I feel like Micah shouldn't have been the one to betray the gang. He's bad and lived a very bad childhood, but just was never one to rat anyone out. You know what? The whole character of Micah, that's one of my few complaints with the whole story of Red Dead. It was just like, he was a little like too on the nose, stereotypical in terms of like, you see him come up, you see him like appear on the screen, and you hear him talk. Okay, just his voice alone. My hair is retarded right now. His voice alone is just screams villain, villain, villain. Like nobody who sounds like this, nobody who talks like this is up to any good. Nobody who talks like this is gonna stay loyal to the gang in any kind of context, any kind of situation, any kind of anything. I scream the villain in any kind of story I appear in. Like he just opens his mouth and you're like, yep, you're the fucking villain. You're the villain. And I felt like his character was a little static and a little too one-dimensional there. But I still enjoyed him. He was funny. Like, he was funny. He was comic relief in his own right. And the voice actor did a phenomenal job. That beer gut, though, man. Holy shit.
We should start calling you Belly the Kid.
Oh, like he had such a fucking nasty beer gut when he was on the beach in Guarma, man. That was nasty. Dutch impressions. Dutch. Oh man. He Dutch, dude, it's like the approximation of the Dutch voice I could do is just like,
Son, why are you betraying?
I'm just like, I can't do it, dude. It's so hard. It's like, dude, it's like basically the only thing I could say is like,
Son, Arthur, you are my son, Arthur.
I can't. That's it. It's really bad. It's like so bad. Again, like I said earlier in the stream, I wasn't born with like a whiskey aged barrel chest, and I don't have the voice for that. It's that guy is just like John Marston, like I was saying earlier. It's just that's so uniquely his voice. Like a skinny dude like me, I just don't stand a chance. I just don't stand a chance. Do you plan on working on any new voices in the future? I love your voice impressions. You got talent. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I'm always working on new voices. I've got some voices that are my own, that I just do on my own. I've got a lot more different impressions that I haven't shown y'all guys yet. I'll give y'all one now. I was working on it in a video earlier. Do y'all know, let me see if I can, you know what, what's this? Let me see if I can't pull up a file of this character in case y'all know him. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there he is. Let me just pull him up on the stream here. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Image, yes, please. Add source. Yes. Was it here? One moment. Save that again. Save image as. Come on. Come now, Mr. Bond. Come now, Mr. Bond. Where is it? Here we go. Streamlabs, OBS. Yeah, here he is. Yeah, okay. This guy. This beautiful specimen of human being, Uncle Ruckus. If y'all have ever watched The Boondocks, I love doing this guy's voice. The voice actor for that one is Gary Anthony Williams.
And my name is Uncle Ruckus. I'm from the Boondocks. Yes, sir. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. We got ourselves a white police officer. Oh,
I'm not gonna say anything that Uncle Ruckus says because he says some really off-color shit.
My name is Uncle Ruckus. I'm from the Boondocks. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. What's the matter? What's the matter there? What's the matter there, young'un?
One sec. Let me make him go away. Shoo! Geralt or Riva? No, I haven't. I'm actually not sure who those people are. I apologize. Again, I told y'all about my very limited, my stunted growth, my stunted upbringing in video games. How my parents were just super restrictive when I was growing up. Mike Ehrmantraut? Yeah, sure, 1 second. Let me get some alcohol down my throat. Maybe that'll help. Specifically with the Mike Ehrmantraut voice.
Have it your way, Walt. Have it your way, Walt. All right. Listen, kid. Do the right thing. Get out of here. You should move far, far away from here. Get out of here, kid. Listen, Jesse, you're a good kid. Get out of here while you still can.
I feel like it's too
deep. But, yeah. Have it your way, Walt. Okay. Are you sure you want to go down that road, my friend? All right, so I guess this is how we're doing it. Okay.
1 second. You're very welcome. Catching up here. Obi-Wan Kenobi impression. Good. That's a hard one. That one's a really hard one. Chris Hansen.
Okay, so listen. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Why don't you have a seat over there? Why don't you have a seat over there? Okay. So, no, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not. We're just relaxing here. We're relaxing here. Okay. So I've taken a look at these chat records here, and wow, some pretty salacious stuff. I must say. Okay.
No, I would say that's young Chris Hansen. Because Chris Hansen, God bless him, he's got like so kind of like old. He's kind of gotten like older. He's got like a beer gut now, and like he got like arrested the other day for like not paying rent. Like he was like completely late on his rent, and his landlord's like, "Fuck it, I'm calling the cops on you." You can look this up. I swear to God, I saw that. Jimmy Fallon impression, dude. Jimmy Fallon. I do like an approximation of Jimmy Fallon where he's just kind of like always like waving his arms around like, all right, wow, so cool. Okay, yeah, awesome, great, everything's great. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so he's super weird, dude. That guy's like, Hollywood has infected his brain. It's a little something quite not right about Jimmy Fallon. No offense if you like him. He's got a lot of talent, don't get me wrong, but there's a little something's going off in the back of my brain whenever I watch him. He's a little fake if you ask me. Donald Trump, dude, I can't do Trump. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I can't. It's I could do like one approximation of Donald Trump. It's like horrible people. Horrible people. How he trails off at the very end whenever he says people or something, where it's just like people. You'll notice how he does that. He goes like these horrible people. That's the best I can do. I need to practice Trump like a lot more, but he's very he's a tricky one to do. Jimmy wants everyone to be his best friend at any cost. And honestly, I can relate to that. I understand. He's a people pleaser. And he's kind of let that... He kind of maybe just never really got the help he needed, the feedback he needed to kind of cull that down as a personality trait. And it kind of has just become a part of his brand at this point. And it's like, I have sympathy. It's like, I get that. Like, I feel that. I resonate with what that feels like. I'm very much similar. But I'm taking steps to kind of try to cull that down myself. But I could see he's let it completely run away with him, and you know it's kind of obvious at this point where it's like, oh dude, you're great by yourself, man. You're really talented. Everybody likes you already. You don't need to really try hard anymore. But he does. Like, bless him. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. SpongeBob laugh.
No.
Hold on.
No.
I can't do it, dude. I could do, okay, for SpongeBob, I can do that one fish that's the surfer fish, the like, oh, right on, dude. Oh. I can do a really good surfer laugh. That much I can say. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh. Sorry. Dude, they definitely heard that. Oh, shit. Whatever. They're probably used to it right now. They're probably like, oh my God, that dude is off his rocker again. You were the chosen one, Reese. I said you would destroy the Sith, not join them, bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. Yeah, I'm no Anakin. LMAO, that Trump impression. Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not good either. I can do most of the Mortal Kombat characters. That's great. Again, I wish I was more versed in those kinds of games. I never really played Mortal Kombat. It was restricted in my house. It was too when I was growing up. It was just like too. Oh my goodness! This video game says T for teen. Reese, you're not a teen. That means you can't play it. Oh! They just like spiraled whenever they would see the ratings. They never like took it. There was no leeway with those ESRB ratings, man. With my parents, they were just like,
Suggestive themes? We wouldn't want you suggested.
Arnold Schwarzenegger can't do it. Dude, I can't do it. I'll be the first to admit when I can't do a voice. That's one. Dr. Phil.
Now, help me, help you. Help me, help you. Now, it says here that you are addicted to sugar. Is that correct? Okay, so I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but you are fat. I'm not going to sugarcoat that either, because you'll eat that too.
That's not good.
Help me, help you. Hi, I'm Dr. Phil. I'm Dr. Phil.
I kind of have to strain a little bit. I tried. Hey, I'll try. I'll usually try, but I'll practice that one more. I'll add that one to the notes of the ones I got to practice. I need to scroll down. I'm the worst with these questions, y'all. I appreciate y'all's patience. Surfer laugh on point. Thomas Downs. Oh, man. He's just kind of just a sick dude. Like we don't have the money. I swear I'd pay you back if I could. I don't know. Thomas Downs. Arthur Morgan. Yeah, I'll do more Arthur Morgan in a moment. I remember I almost had my mom buying Grand Theft Auto, but the clerk at Walmart ratted me out about the rating. No, those try hard, like they love their fucking job. Walmart clerks and GameStop clerks. I was lucky. I actually had some good GameStop clerks. Dude, I had my GameStop clerk, like, I knew my GameStop clerk like I knew my mailman. Like how you know your mailman or whatever. He was like, we bought him like we would bring like the GameStop guys like cookies for Christmas every holiday season. Like we knew those guys. We went into GameStop a lot when I was allowed to actually buy games. But dude, they were the real MVPs, dude. Like whenever my parents would be like,
well, it says T, and I don't think you're teen yet, so we're not buying this.
Like, dude, they would actually like look at me and they'd see like the crestfallen look on my face, and then they would like go, well, yeah, but actually, you know, it says T, but you know, those suggestive themes, that really like kind of not a big deal, and you know, it's probably fine, you know, like it's just a couple of swear words, but my parents were like,
but it says T though,
and there's just like, well, okay, like they would like give me a look like, hey kid, I tried. They were the real MVPs, but you'll always encounter those Walmart employees, GameStop employees that are like,
I love my job.
And they will like do everything in their power to just be super by the book with that shit. They're like,
I agree with your mother, kid.
Like, get out of here. Let's see. Arthur Morgan. All right.
So you wanted more Arthur Morgan. All right, let's see here. Well, it looks to be like this live stream's going on for quite some time. I'm gonna drink my beer and be happy. Dutch, I'm not too sure about this beer, Dutch. I'm not too sure about this. This is a light beer. I feel like a damn fool for drinking light beer. Damn it, Dutch, why did you buy us some light beer?
Canadians from South Park.
Oh, hey, guy. We're Canadian. All right, we're Canadian, guy. We're the nicest people on the planet. Hey, I am the Canadian Prime Minister. Hey, guy. I'm not your buddy, guy.
It would be very funny to catch a buzz with Arthur, dude. I love that about Arthur. The way they... You know, for a while, I had the same complaint I had about Micah with Arthur. What was my complaint with Micah? He was too static. He was too like one-dimensional. He was too like, okay, you know, he is a classic, you know, gruff, troubled, forlorn sheepdog of a man. And he's the protagonist. And I was just kind of like, man, I don't know. But then over the course, I was too impatient though. Red Dead is a long game, I found. And you have these little moments where you observe the quiet moments that Arthur has when you're either idling or not doing anything, or just him in cutscenes and stuff. And the cutscenes that you could easily miss, like when he talks about his past and his family. The world starts to build around this character, and his past starts to construct itself ever so slowly. Where you're like, oh shit, I had him pegged completely wrong. This guy is clearly just in pain, and he might not quite understand the best way to. He probably just compartmentalizes all his pain, Arthur, and kind of sees very little about himself. Actually, Juliet, I don't know if you're still here, but there's this YouTuber here, and she's cool. She commented a couple times. Juliet, she does a lot of Red Dead fashion videos. I saw some of her videos, actually. One of them, she speaks to this exactly, where one of her videos, it was like, Arthur, if you just stand in front of a mirror as Arthur, and you don't move the joystick, you don't move, he starts to like talk really poorly about himself when he's standing in front of the mirror, like,
You're one ugly son of a bitch. You're one ugly son of a bitch. No one will ever love you. A face only a mother could love.
Like, he would say shit like that, and it's just like, he definitely just doesn't. He takes himself kind of out of the equation, it seems, and his meanderings through life and stuff. Like, he kind of just exists for others in a way. Like, he doesn't like. He's the most selfless person in a certain way, because he almost completely lacks ego. If you notice that about Arthur, he's never doing anything out of like pure self-interest, or never has a moment where he's prideful in any kind of way, where it's just like he's doing anything to show off, or like Defaulty boy, now let's not be spamming the chat now. All right, Defaulty boy, I will say it only because I actually said I would. I'm going to hold myself to my own word. But please, please don't spam this chat. I would really appreciate it if you didn't.
So, when the time comes, you better run. Don't look back. When the time comes, you better run and don't look back.
There you go. Yeah, so Lind, I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to go ahead. I just made you a moderator, Mr. Lind. You were one of the first people in here. I appreciate that. Go ahead and if somebody does that again, don't Defaulty. It's all good. Defaulty, it's all good. You don't need to do anything with Defaulty. But yeah, guys, are just normal etiquette. Just don't spam the chat. Don't do all caps. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. But anyway. Nico Bellic. Oh my god. Unpopular opinion, and I want y'all to disagree or agree with me here. GTA 4, way better than GTA 5. Hey, changed my mind. But yeah, Nico Bellic.
Roman, I come to this country, Roman. It seems like people are crazy, Roman. I'm sorry, Roman. I don't have time to go bowling right now.
Oh my god. Yeah, GTA 4 captured, I might be biased because it captured my imagination. It was the first Grand Theft Auto I was able to own and play. Oh my god, y'all are gonna get a kick out of that. Do you know what I had to do in order to buy Grand Theft Auto 4 at age 16 that wasn't 17 like the M on the back of the game says. Do you know what I had to do to own a copy of Grand Theft Auto 4? I can't believe I pulled this off. I actually fucking wrote a 6-page proposal, a pitch. It was like a business. If I put in as much effort as I did into this proposal, into like an actual business proposal, I could have fucking walked on Shark Tank. I'm not kidding. I laid out with citations, links to articles about violence in video games, links to other op-eds about how it doesn't cause violence in teenagers. All this shit. I wrote a 6-page proposal and I was just like, Mom, I really want to own this game. So
I present to you Exhibit A.
And I just like fucking gave it to her. I just was like, read it. And she read it and they talked about it for a while. And they're like, okay, fine. Guys, I really wanted Grand Theft Auto 4. That was when it was hype as hell. It was really popular. It was the thing to be playing. I would see all the videos on YouTube of people just doing goofy shit in GTA Online and just having so much fun. I was just like, it was one of those games, and you can all relate, where it's just like, I must have this fucking game. And I was told no. And I was like,
oh, this is going to take a proposal.
and I just like wrote it up. And I made it happen. And my brother the whole time was just talking shit. He was just like, dude, you're writing a proposal? Like, seriously? Or what are you, like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, this isn't gonna work, dude. He's like, dude, this is not gonna work. Like, stop even trying. Like, he didn't have faith. I tried to do a Dutch voice. He didn't have faith. But I pulled it off. And I got it. Anyway, I'm going to catch up on some chats here. GTA 4 was lit. I agree. I think Micah being a one-sided character is kind of excusable. Dutch is the main villain in RDR2, and he is a great character. True. There's an argument there. Micah, though, he was, at the end of the day, the final boss fight. So as far as villains are, you could make an argument that he's on par or worse than Dutch. But I do see what you're saying. If there was a multi-dimensional villain in Red Dead Redemption 2, it was Dutch Van der Linde. And they had that. They had a very multi-dimensional villain. So since they checked that box, I see what you're saying. I do. No, that's actually a solid argument. I do agree. Nah, you'll take that back if you ever get to play GTA San Andreas. I've heard good things. Yeah, let's see. Scrolling through. Stewie Griffin. I can't do Stewie, dude. My voice has gotten a little deeper over the years. It's just too hard. I had the perk of an older brother. My brother's younger than me. It would have been interesting to have had an older brother. Reese, you're nice, funny guy. Okay, thank you. GTA 4 is not better than GTA 5. Tell me why. Arguments. I want to see your arguments. Walter White or Jesse Pinkman impression, maybe? Walter White.
Jesse. I know, Jesse.
Yeah. I can't think of it. It's like,
well, Jesse, it's simple chemistry. Simple chemistry, Jesse. Well, first you have to take.
I can't. I need to practice more. Yeah, Mr. White. Yeah, Mr. White. Okay. So am I like supposed to care or something? That's not the best either. I'll always kind of try, but those ones need some work. I'll be the first to say that. Try Dutch. I was trying earlier. I don't know if you were here. It just doesn't really work. Like, son. He does that Joe Swanson voice crack, Dutch. Like the,
Hey, Peter.
he has that quality to it, but he's different. Like, then he has all the layers of the Dutch voice that Dutch has, but he has a little bit of the Joe Swanson back there, and he does the voice crack, like the hey, hey, that kind of thing, you know? Hey, hey, son, son, son. You must have faith, son. It's terrible. That was terrible. Crocodile Dundee. I don't know that guy's voice. I'm aware of the character. I just haven't tried. San Andreas ain't bad. I have mad respect for it and all the other GTAs. GTA 4 is one of my favorites. GTA 5 was pretty cool as well, but GTA 4 had an awesome story and a lot of cool things. GTA 4's story was better. That's what I'll say. I'll be specific. GTA 5 was very colorful. And by the way, guys, wickedly accurate in terms of how the map was just Los Angeles. I actually, after coming back from LA, I bought GTA 5 for my rickety little PC gaming laptop here. And I took a walk on the Santa Monica Pier Ferris wheel beachfront area that was almost identical, I'll just say that, to several walks I had along that same bike, pedestrian, jogger path by the beach. Scary good how much detail they put into the game. And they did a fantastic job, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these people like,
GTA 5 sucks.
like it's a great game. But their attention to detail, Rockstar, will always be so commendable. Always mad respect for that. Let me see. Let me catch up. Joel5252. See you later, Joe. Joel, thanks for coming in. GTA 5's characters were trash. I kind of know what you mean. I know. They got a little tiresome after a little bit. Do Ben Shapiro. Okay, 1 second. I wasn't into any of the Rockstar games like GTA 5 to 4, but I love Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, dude, Red Dead Redemption was an animal of its own. Do you think Rockstar's game design is getting old, Reese? Depends on what you mean. It's like, it depends on what you mean. But like, their level of attention to detail is fantastic all the time. But I know what you're saying in that it's like, okay, you get your little mini map in the bottom left, and you go on paths that you can set as waypoints, and you do the thing, and you can travel there quicker or slower depending on the vehicle. And that kind of needs to be updated a little bit, I think. But they should never stop being super detailed about their the small things. They're masters of the small things, and I respect them immensely for it. Ben Shapiro critiquing GTA voice.
Okay, so my only critique of the Grand Theft Auto franchise is that the mini-map thing at the bottom left-hand corner, okay, it's getting a little bit old. It's getting a little bit old. It's not, they haven't quite updated with the times. That's my one complaint. They can do a lot better. They can really stand to lose the crazy attention, the ridiculous attention to detail, like the horse testicles. I'm not too sure if you guys saw that, but that's precisely what they did. They made the horse's balls shrink in colder weather. Okay, that's completely absurd.
Anyway, I'm gonna do more Ben Shapiro videos alone. I love making fun of that guy. Red Dead 1 or Red Dead 2? Red Dead 2 all day. Rick from Rick and Morty, man. I can kind of do it, guys. I don't want to disappoint y'all, but it's like,
All right, Morty. All right, your grandpa is feeling a little bit hungover, Morty. All right. You know what they say, Morty. You know what they say about curing a hangover, Morty. You just need some more alcohol, Morty. You just need some more alcohol. That's it, Morty.
I don't think that was that great. I don't know about that. One second, I'm gonna put this wrapper up. Can you try Uncle's voice and say I got lumbago? Yeah, I can do that. But again, defaulty, you can just tell me once. Excuse me.
I got lumbago, my friend. It's a terrible, terrible disease, brother. Oh, why would you treat a man with lumbago like this? Oh, I would help, but I got the lumbago. I got the lumbago.
Do you have any singing experience? I do sing, but it's going to be a very, very long time before y'all hear me sing. One of the things I'm doing for the new year is I'm getting a piano, and I want to learn how to play the piano. I took lessons when I was a kid, and I want to get back into it, specifically for the reason of being able to play songs for you guys someday. My vision with this channel is to start with making really good content with a gaming PC, doing VR chat kind of stuff, doing impressions, talking about impressions, and just having fun with people online and recording it for y'all to enjoy, and just kind of just being myself, just talking like this or whatever. And then I want to actually start transitioning slowly to Twitch and live streaming, and being on there and doing voices in a live stream format. And I really do want to be switching more over to live streaming, because this is actually where I feel great. I feel wonderful right now, guys. I'm loving the chat. I'm loving y'all's comments. I love y'all's requests. I feel really wired in, and it's not just because of a beer, guys. This is even halfway done. But seriously, I really live streaming and being in real time is more fitting with my personality. I like kind of going tit for tat and just kind of doing things like this. So that's definitely where I want to start going direction of. But I needed to do just more standalone videos first and kind of build our community here and get the ball rolling some more. So, excuse me. Can do a ghoul from Fallout. I can't do a. Yeah, I can do a ghoul.
Oh, you smooth skins. All you care about is the bottle caps. Oh my god. When the nukes fell, I was outside watering my lawn. I got caught in the blast, and now I look like a dumpster fire.
I don't know. Sing with voice let's see, what do we got? We're doing Goku, Vegeta. No, I was also forbidden from watching Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon when I grew up. So I don't know anything about Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like any of that, because my parents were like, none of that in our house. I don't know why, dude. My parents were not like, they didn't have that voice. My dad didn't sound like that. Or the collective voice of my parents was not like this stern, like Timmy Turner dad sounding dude, or like a weird dude, like, oh no, not in my house. Like, it wasn't like that. I don't know why I go there. I love my parents. They're really cool, but like, they were very restrictive when I was growing up about the kinds of specifically about the kinds of media they let into our house. They were like really against it for the longest time. So I have a gap in my childhood. I'll be the first to admit it. No, wait, really? Uncle's voice actor died? I was gonna make a lumbago joke, but I'm not going to. Sing with voice impressions? I'm not really gonna do that. I don't really like those videos personally, so I'm not gonna make videos that I don't like. I think it's been kind of done to death already in the YouTube community. You got guys like Mikey Bolts, Brock Baker, all these guys who sing as like Lana Del Rey, sung by Disney voices. Like it's been done. But so I'm not really gonna do that. I don't know if that's disappointing to hear, but I just can't make myself do that. 3 Dog.
This is the radio of the Capital Wasteland. 3 Dog. Ow!
Donald Trump voice impression. I did it earlier. It's kind of not that great. Too soon for a lumbago joke. Yeah, way too soon. Joe Rogan impression. Dude, Joe Rogan, man, he's not that great at doing his voice, actually. It's just a very straightforward voice. It should be really easy, but it's not. Micah Bell.
All right. All right, Dutch. All right, Dutch. What's the plan now what's the plan this time, Dutch? Arthur over there is succumbing to tuberculosis or something. Dutch, what's the plan? Come on, Black Lung. What have I ever done to you, Black Lung? Why don't you trust me?
Let's see. Batman. Can't do a Kevin Conroy Batman. I wish I could. Ben Shapiro, I was doing him earlier. Hey guys, just a heads up. I'm going to actually head out in about 15 minutes or more. I'm going to take a look at the clock here. But guys, I've had so much fun. Seriously. I really was wanting to interact with y'all. I know I have not uploaded in a very long time. There's reasons for that. The holiday seasons have kicked in. Work has been exhausting for me. And I've decided that I'm not going to try to record any more gameplay footage of doing voices or anything of that nature until I have a good gaming PC secured. Because guys, if you saw the community post I made earlier, my laptop crashes like a comic book version idea of like what a computer crash looks like. It literally makes like a it freezes and goes and then it just pixels, rainbow, barf, like bath salt party shit is happening on my screen, and then it crashes my computer, and it sometimes takes up to 10 minutes for me to reboot my computer, like actually turn the damn thing back on. So I've had so many close calls with that. I've tried turning up the fans, see if it's an overheating issue. I have troubleshot as much as I can. I think this thing's just graduated to piece of shit status, and there's not much you can do about that. So I'm like, I'm not going to let this raise my blood pressure. I'm not going to let this raise my blood pressure anymore. And I'm just going to get a proper gaming PC, which is going to happen in the next like week and a half or so. So once that's secured, once VR Oculus shit is like secured, I'm going to actually get really into just recording and that kind of footage. So yeah, that's an explanation for why it's just been a minute since I've uploaded, but I can still upload some stuff like this. I've got some really funny stories. I love telling stories from Los Angeles and just my life in general. Let's see. Everyone keeps asking what's the plan now. There's always been only one plan. That was money. Can you say Peyton is cool in Arthur's voice if it's not too much to ask?
Peyton is cool. That Peyton fella, he's he's a cool fella. Peyton, you're a cool guy, Peyton. You're cool. You're all right, Peyton. You're all right, Peyton. You're all right, boy. You're all right.
Oh man. Yeah, it's a good time to be winding it down. My voice is already kind of crapping out a little bit. R.I.P. the Tahitians then. Can you sell us propane and propane accessories? Sure.
My name's Hank Hill. I sell propane and propane accessories. I tell you what, them cowboys are doing pretty good this year. I tell you what, dang it, Dale. Dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Dale. I sell propane and propane accessories.
One day I'll be able to say, damn, I was here when this channel had 4K subs. Oh, thank you. That's I really appreciate that encouragement. I think I am onto something here, and I do intend to really start building this channel up and really pouring a lot of my energy into this, more so, like I have been in the past couple months, but even more like once the new year starts. I don't know if I should even say this. Yeah, why not? I'll tell you guys this. This is just kind of crazy. I'm super stoned too. This is great. I love it. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Lind. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of y'all sticking around. It's down to 15 people now. I think people can tell it's winding down, but I didn't, guys. I honestly expected to talk to just maybe 4 people. I didn't think 30, 40 people would be here. I feel very blessed. This is awesome. This has been a really fun night, and I really appreciate y'all standing by and just being a part of the community. You did good for a smooth scan. Nice. Yeah, what I was going to say was I've been in a really interesting point in my life. I'm 26 years old. I'm trying to just figure myself out in terms of, I'm pretty centered on like who I am as a person now, but like how I want to enact my abilities and enact what I can do in this world. It's been something that's kind of concerning me in a kind of good, positive direction kind of way since I've turned 26. I feel like time's just kind of ticking, you know? And I'll be honest, about a month ago, when my Arthur Morgan video just started to pick up some serious steam, where I'm talking, I was getting maybe 5,000 views a day on that thing. It was just in the top of everyone's recommended. It's at like 155,000 views right now, where it was getting like 30 comments a day. Ridiculous, just absurd amounts of traffic. Pretty much that week where that was happening, right before that all started happening, right before YouTube randomly just put that in everyone's recommended, my channel was at maybe 20 subscribers. And that was like my best video I'd kind of released. I'd done some videos before that, Matthew McConaughey and stuff like that, but I'll be honest, that week before that started happening, I was just about to go talk to a U.S. Army recruiter. I'm dead serious. My job working in customer service has just been really unsatisfying. It's paid the bills. It's keeping a roof over my head. It's gotten me some of this equipment, whatever. But it was kind of weird, eerie timing. Let me just put it, just eerie timing. The way that the video started gaining traffic and people started recognizing that I could do this voice and do voices in general, and people started really subscribing. YouTube couldn't have put it in people's recommendations at a more precise time. I'm still like kind of weirded out by that, to be very upfront. I was seriously about to join the army. Like I was at least gonna get that dialogue started, because I was just like, what am I doing with my life? You know? So now I kind of feel like I'm getting the appropriate level of traction, and I feel more compelled and more emboldened to kind of use my voice talents instead of just diving into such a long commitment like the U.S. military. I hope that doesn't come off as like I was gonna join the U.S. Army. Oh, I tell you, I would have joined. Like, I'm not trying to be like one of these jerks who says that. Like, I'm not trying to come off like that. But I was just at a point in my life where I was open to just anything, even just like a month ago. So I really am excited for this channel. I guess I'll close with this. I'm really excited for this channel. I'm really happy I got the chance to talk to you guys this evening. I feel like it was a little bit of radio silence happening, and I want to keep the fire going. I want to keep interacting with you guys. I want to keep building this community and entertaining y'all like I feel like I can. So yeah. Let's see. I missed a lot of questions. Let's see. It's been fun. Awesome, Bad Santa. I'm glad you have fun. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Joe. Same. Phil Swift movie. Makes it, but you said Gom Gom and Arthur Morgan's. If you said Gom Gom in Arthur Morgan's voice. Hey, what's up, Tripocular? Hey.
Gum gum. What in the hell is a gum gum anyway? Sounds like something I'd say once I'd had several of these down my gullet. What in the hell is a gum gum anyway?
Could you please do an Optimus Prime impression? Sorry, I can't do an Optimus Prime. I just haven't listened enough to Optimus Prime. I wasn't allowed to watch Transformers, so I don't have those kinds of voices imprinted in my head. Yeah, it could have been a sign, Lind. Thank you, Tim Jones. I appreciate that. No, thank you. Yeah, this was really fun, guys. Cool. Yeah, no. Thank you, Lind. Yeah. Guys, thank you guys again. Oh, all right, cool. I'm about to get out of here. I'll do that. This will be the last request. Okay, sorry. Red Dead Dan says, tomorrow's my birthday. Could you say happy birthday, boy? That would be great.
Red Dead Dan. Red Dead Dan. Happy birthday, boy. It's your birthday tomorrow, boy. Mark my words on this. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, boy. You're all right, boy. You're all right.
Cool, guys. Hey, guys, thanks again. I've said it 1,000 times already, but honestly, I didn't expect this kind of turnout this stream this evening. I've had a lot of fun. Honestly, have a great rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful Christmas for those who celebrate it. Otherwise, if you're off in any way, shape, or form, this coming week for the holidays, enjoy your time off. Enjoy the holidays. Much love, everybody. Thank you very much. Take care.
How the hell do I work this thing? Streamlabs OBS? Streamlabs?